Okay, so example 1 today, we are just using the Pythagorean theorem, getting some word problems and using it. So here's our first example. A cat climbed up a tree. So I'm going to draw a tree here. Don't make fun of my drawing abilities. So Sally put her 12-foot ladder 5 feet away from the base of the tree to get her cat out. How tall was the tree? So we don't know how tall a tree is, but we know that 5 feet away, there's a ladder reaching up into the tree. And the ladder's 12 feet. So hopefully you guys can see that right triangle there, and that helps us be able to solve how tall the tree is. So, are we missing a leg or the hypotenuse of this triangle? We're missing a leg, so I'm going to take these two numbers, I'm going to square them and subtract them, since I'm trying to find the missing leg. Okay, so I go ahead in my calculator, I take 12 squared minus 5 squared, I get 119. And then if you remember, my last step is to square root. So my answer is 10.9 feet. And that's it for that one. All right, example 2. A boat is 20 feet from the beach. So I'm going to draw a beach here, some people standing on it. I would love to be at a beach today. The boat is 20 feet. Okay, there's a shark directly below the boat, about 70 feet deep in the water. So there's my little sharky shark. And then it says, how far is the shark from the beach? So I'm just going to draw a straight line from the shark to the beach there. That's my X. So on this one, what do I know? The leg or what am I missing? The leg or the hypotenuse? I'm missing the hypotenuse. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to add them after I square them. So 70 squared plus 20 squared, I get 5,300. And then I have to square root that. And I get 72.8 feet. All right. Next one here, we got a campground. It has all these different cabins in it. A says, how far from Sycamore to Oak? So from Sycamore to Oak, how far is that one? I'm going to put a little X there. Is that a leg or a hypotenuse of this right triangle right here? That's going to be the leg, so I'm going to have to subtract 50 and 30. So 50 squared minus 30 squared equals 1,600. And what do I do with that number? I square root that, and that gets me 40 yards. Okay, the next one's a little bit more complicated. It says a camper in Hickory wants to visit a friend in Elm. So Hickory to Elm, it's just 60 yards. But how much further is it if she walks to the mess hall first before she goes to Elm? So 60 yards there. If she goes to the mess hall, we don't know how far it is from Hickory to the mess hall, but we do know it's 40 yards from the mess hall to Elm. So we have to figure out what that is right there. So if you look at this right triangle, is that a leg or a hypotenuse? That is a leg. So I'm going to subtract again. So 60 squared minus 40 squared. And that gets me 2,000. And I square root that. And I get 44.7. So that means from here to here, it's 44.7. That's not what it's asking, though. It wants to know how much further if she walks to the mess hall first. So we know it's 44.7 there plus another 40. So she's walking a total of 84.7 yards. How much would she walk if she just went from Hickory to Elm? She would just walk 60 yards. So if I take that and subtract 60 from it, I get 24.7 yards. That's how much further she walked. Was it worth it? Probably so if she got some yummy food. Okay, last one. This might be hard to see, but we got some right triangles. We're trying to figure out this one right here. So what I like to do is I always like to draw my right triangle out to where I can actually just kind of see it not inside a box. So it's my right angle right there. This is X. This is 15. And then a lot of people see this line right here as 10. But see how there's not a 10 labeled right there? 10 is that line and that line, but not that one. So we don't know what that one is. So we're going to put a question mark there. But if we look on the flat part of this, do you see that there's another right triangle on the bottom square right here? So let's go ahead and draw that one. There's my right angle. Coming off my right angle are two 10s. And that's my question mark. So these two are going to be the same because the hypotenuse on this one is actually the leg on this one. You guys see how this line is the hypotenuse for this one and the leg for that one. So first I need to figure out what this is. So if I have two legs, I'm going to add. That gets me 200. And then I square root 200. And that should get you 14.1. So now my question mark is actually 14.1. So now I can figure out what x is, doing the same thing over here. 14.1 squared plus 15 squared. Or 23.8. And then I square root that. And I get 20.6 inches. And that is my final answer.